In the name of Allah, Bismillah. Hello, my dear students of grade 12. I am Mr. Nasser Salama Muhammad from Jabir bin حيان School. Today, we are going to study how to answer the reading comprehension question. بندرس كيفية إجابة سؤال القراءة في آخر العام إن شاء الله. So let's start because we have no time to waste. Today we are going to study tips and tricks to solve reading comprehension for grade 12 in exam, in the final exam. Today, God willing, inshallah, today we will study the following. Number one, we are going to study the importance of reading questions. Is it important reading questions? Is it important we can achieve our success through this question? Number two, the strategies of answering reading question. How to answer the reading question comprehension. How we get the full mark of it. كيف نحصل على الدرجة النهائية from this question. Three, we're going to study some tips and tricks to answer reading questions. بعض الأفكار موجودة في سؤال reading comprehension. Number four, we will give some examples of previous exams, of the final exams, to practice and study them to mediate and to answer your final question correctly, God willing. Some example of previous exams. بعض الأمثلة من الامتحانات السابقة. Number one, the importance of reading questions. You know, reading questions is marked by 25 marks. So important. It can help you greatly to success. يساعدك جدا في النجاح. To get 25 marks. It's very important. And it's so easy, I think, from my point of view. And I hope at the end of today's lesson, you will find it easy. أتمنى يكون سهل بعد انتهاء هذه المحاضرة بإذن الله. I think it's easy to answer to get the answer in the text, or to get the answer very easily. It's also no need to much study, no much grammar or studies, many rules. It will be so easy to get answers, and it can be developed by yourself. تقدر تطور نفسك في هذا السؤال. Just follow us. Number one, follow us in this period and learn more new vocabularies, because you know reading questions have a lot of vocabularies, and sometimes you as we will see كما سنرى, it has some unseen vocabularies, كلمات جديدة لأول مرة تشوفها. So learn more new vocabularies and finally practice more and more. تدريب الكثير يصل بك إلى الإتقان بإذن الله. So do your best if you want to be the best. So now we're going to study the best strategy of answering reading question. First, start with reading the questions. قراءة الأسئلة قبل قراءة القطع. Start with the reading of the questions, because you will keep the questions in your mind and you will go through the text of the comprehension text, and during your reading, القراءة, you will catch the answers easily. I hope so. Then find out the answers and don't forget to check your answers. لابد ان انت تراجع وتتأكد من إجاباتك. Finally, check your answers. That is the best strategy, I think so. First, start reading the questions, then find out the answers, and finally, check your answers. Now we're going to study some tips and tricks to answer reading question. Number one, improve your abilities of using WH questions. WH questions so important. I think that is one of the most important words and keys to your success and to getting the full mark in this question. WH question, why, when, how, when, as we will see in few minutes, inshallah. Number 2, practice how to guess unseen vocabularies. You must know, you must be ready to meet some unseen vocabularies. لابد تلاقي أو تحصل بعض المفردات اللغوية والكلمات الجديدة لأول مرة تشوفها. So we will test you how to guess, كيف تخمن this new vocabularies. 3, we will have an example. The careless driver, read the sentence with me. The careless driver made a catastrophe and many people were killed because of his carelessness. So I think that the new word here is the catastrophe. Most of you don't know the meaning of catastrophe, but you can guess it. The careless driver, we know the careless, السائق المهمل, made a catastrophe. ايش سوى؟ and many people were killed. قتل كثير من الناس because of his carelessness, بسبب إهماله. يبقى سوى إيه؟ إيش سوى؟ حاول تفكر. What the meaning of catastrophe? What the meaning of catastrophe, this word? Yes, I think some of you got it. كارثة, because he killed many people. So you will see some new vocab. Try to guess and practice to improve your ability to guess the new words. تنمي قدرتك على هذه المهارة. Number 3, synonyms are usually used in the texts and the questions as well, like glad, happy, pleased, excited, joyful, etc. So sometimes, or usually, they ask you who was the happy person in the party, for example. من كان الشخص السعيد في الحفلة مثلا. And in the text, في القطعة, in the text, you will find someone says, I'm glad. He will not say, I'm happy, but he will say, I'm glad, or I'm excited, or I'm joyful, one of them. And the same, nearly the same meaning. All these words are the same meaning. So you will ask it, for example, who was the happy, but the text, you will see someone, or you will read someone, he is excited. So the excited person, he is the happy person. يعني يسألك يقول لك من هو الشخص السعيد؟ كلمة happy. في القطعة تجد كلمة excited. الاثنين بيعطوا نفس المعنى, or pleased, or glad, or joyful. Okay. 4. Number 4, the pronoun I usually means the writer. Sometimes you are asked, was the writer happy? And some of you look for the word writer. He will not find the word writer, because the pronoun I means the writer who is the person who wrote this text. For example, I went to Salalah with my elder brother Salim. And you will be asked, for example, who went to Salalah with Salim? Who went to Salalah with Salim? The answer is, what do you think the answer is? You will say I? No, you can say the writer. The writer went with Salim to Salalah. Number 5, be careful about the elements of the letters and emails. The sender, who is the sender, you know, the receiver, and the date. من الراسل ومن المرسل, تاريخ الإرسال. طبعا تاريخ الإرسال بيكتب في letters, not in the emails. For example, you can read this example of a letter, 18 High Street, Salalah, 5th of December 2021. And in the letter you can read, Dear Ahmad, I'm so happy to receive your letter yesterday. And now you will be asked, for example, when did Ahmad send his letter? When did Ahmed send his letter? متى أرسل أحمد هذا الخطاب? Try to think now. Try to think and try to guess. When did Ahmed send his letter? Okay. Now, the writer of this email wrote this letter on the 5th of December. كتب هذا الخطاب يوم 5/12. لكن he said I received your letter yesterday. استلم الخطاب أمس. من الذي أرسل هذا الخطاب الأمس؟ طبعا هو أحمد، لأنه قال له دير أحمد، دير أحمد، عزيزي أحمد، أنا استلمت خطابك يا أحمد yesterday. يبقى أكيد الإجابة هتكون the answer is on 4th of December 2021. Okay. Next. Sometimes we need to calculate something. In the reading comprehension, sometimes we need to calculate something. Calculate, adding, or multiply, or whatever. For example, you can read in 2011, 2 years later, a year before, the following year, and look at this example. For example, you can read in the text, I went to France in 2009, but 2 years later, I went to London. Please read it again. I went to France in 2009, but 2 years later, I went to London. So the question may be as the following. When did the writer go to London? Try to think. Try to think. When did the writer go to London? متى ذهب إلى لندن؟ طبعا التاريخ الواضح هنا 2009. But he said 2 years later I went to London. Okay, so the answer will be in 2011. سنتين بعد 2009. 2009 ذهب إلى فرنسا، بعد ذلك بعامين ذهب إلى لندن. والسؤال بيقول متى ذهب إلى لندن؟ in 2011. Okay, I hope it's so clear. And number 7, practice more and more to improve your knowledge. Because you know sometimes, or I think many of times, you will find some information, something about the others' cultures, how do the other nations think, and some habits from other countries, عادات وتقاليد الشعوب الأخرى أو كذا, something like that. So try to improve your knowledge, your culture. Okay. Now we're going to improve our WH questions. Please remember, if you are asked إذا سئلت where, using where, سؤال بدايته where, you must mention, تذكر a place in your answer. Some students, I am so astonished to read some answers. When we ask, where did Ahmed go? Some students wrote, Ahmed went with Ali. Where is the answer? We ask you where Ahmed go. Where did Ahmed go? You wrote Ahmed went with Ali. No. If you are asked using where, you must mention a place. سئلت أين؟ لابد يكون في مكان في الإجابة. المكان المطلوب طبعا. ولاحظ تحت مكتوب according to the information mentioned in the text. 2. If you are asked using when, you must mention a date or time. Date or time. Maybe in the morning, in the evening, maybe in 2009, 2011, سنة أو جزء من اليوم. According to, remember this this phrase. According to the information mentioned in the text. 3. If you are asked using who, man, you must mention someone. If we ask you who went to the mountains of Salala, who went who, you must say Ahmad Ali according to the information mentioned in the text. Okay. If you are asked using why, You must mention reason. You must mention the reason according to the information mentioned in the text. حسب المعلومات الواردة في القطعة. You must mention reason using maybe to with infinitive. For example, why did Ahmed succeed? Why did Ahmed succeed? You can say because and mean the information in the text. If you are asking you the what, you must mention something. What? What did they meet in the forest? What did they meet in the forest? They meet a lion, for example. If you are asked using how, you must mention a way in your answers. How did they travel to Scotland, for example? How did they travel to Scotland? You must say by plane or by air or whatever, according to the information mentioned in the text. If you are asked how many, of course, you must mention a number. You must mention how many, العدد. How many كم العدد؟ لابد يكون في عدد في الإجابة. Okay? If you are asked how much, you know sometimes the word how much has two meanings. The first, كم للكمية or كم للسعر. Okay? So you must mention quantity or price according to the information mentioned in the text. Okay? If you are asked using how long, you must mention the length of time or distance in your answers. For example, if you are asked how long they live in Thamrid, for example, you must say they lived in Thamrid since 2000, according to the information, of course. Or for many years, 3 years, 4 years, according to the information. Okay, you must mention a length of time or distance. How long is the distance between Salalah and the Muscat, for example? How long is the distance between Muscat and Salalah? You must mention this distance according to the information mentioned in the text. Finally, if you are asked how often, كم عدد المرات, how often or how many times, the same meaning. If you are asked using how often or how many times, both of them are the same meaning. You must mention once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times in your answers. Once a week, once a month, once a year, twice a week, twice a day, and so on. Okay. I'd like to focus on your answers must be according to the information mentioned in the text. حسب المعلومات الواردة في القطعة. Now we are going to study some examples of previous exams. Now look at this, the first type. You will be asked 7 questions to read a statement and say if the statement here, this statement is true or false. True or false. صحيحة أو خاطئة. So I'd like to start with reading the statement, of course. As you started with the reading of the question before, now you will start with reading the statement. تقرأ هذه الجملة الأول. لماذا؟ To keep it in your mind. تحتفظ بها في عقلك أثناء قراءة القطعة الموجودة. Nano is a magazine. You don't know what does nano mean, and this is the first time for me to read it. Okay, so you will read Nano is designed for teenagers between 16 and 19. Nano, something designed for teenagers between 16 and 19. Okay, it's something up till now. حتى الآن هي شيء مجهول. It is full of glossy color photos. Color photos. Oh, if you read the word color photos, your mind will go directly. It may be a magazine, but my advice to you to wait and complete the reading of the text. لا تتسرع وتقول color photos معناها مجازين. لا، اقرأ للنهاية حتى تتأكد. And sometimes يعني you may change your mind. ربما تغير رأيك. and articles. مقالات articles on a wide range of topics. موضوعات متنوعة. It also had a page where readers can ask for advice. صفحة لطلب الأسئلة النصيحة. And their problems. It goes on sale once a month, and color photos and articles. All this information means that Nano is a magazine. So the answer will be, I think all of you know the answer, and it's true. Yes, very good. Exactly. It's a true statement. 2. Number 2, read the statement first. Don't forget. Don't go directly to the text. It's better to start with reading the statement. Statement says the organization helps the handicapped children. The organization helps the handicapped children. So then go to the text. SOS Children Village is the largest orphan charity on the world. The largest orphan charity in the world. It works to meet the needs and protect the rights of the children. تحمي حقوق الأطفال who have lost their parents. It provides them with new families to live with. It also helps with their health and their education. تساعد هؤلاء الأطفال. So, what do you think the answer? The answer is true again. Now, the statement says, Jenny wants to work for her aunt. Jenny wants to work for her aunt. With the text, seems to be a letter, okay, or an email, Dear Auntie, I have offered a job. I have been offered a job. هنا الجرامر يعني بيؤكد ان احنا كل طبعا اللغة مرتبطة ببعض. I have been offered, أنا عرض علي. It's a passive sentence. هنا الجملة دي في الباسيف مبني المجهول. I have been offered the job. عرض علي وظيفة at the local chocolate factory which is located near your house. The factory is located يعني يقع near your house قرب منزلك. Would it be possible for me, شوف الطلب هذا هو الطلب. Would it be possible for me to stay at your place for 2 months? يعني تطلب ايش؟ To stay at your place. تجلس معاه بس. Hope you don't mind. أتمنى ألا تمانعي. طبعا أنت بتجيب على أسئلة الامتحانات في هذه الفترة. تستطيع أن أنت you can get the meaning of any words من جوجل من أي dictionary to be easy to practice more. للتدريب فترة التدريب حاليا على الاختبارات. Regards Jenny. So Jenny wants to work for. What does it mean work for? What does it mean work for? تعمل لحساب عمتها يعني تعمل عندها؟ لا. So she wants just to stay at your place. That is the key of the answer. To stay at your place for 2 months. So Jenny wants to work for her aunt. Exactly. Do you think true or false? It's of course false statement. Next. Read the statement at first as we told you before. The purpose of the project is to help the volunteers. Sorry. Okay. The purpose of the project is to help the volunteers gain confidence. Now, as I told you before, you will meet unseen vocab, new words. Maybe not new for the grade, but new for you. Volunteers gain confidence. هل هذا المشروع يهدف ان الفولنتيرز المتطوعين gain confidence يكتسبوا الثقة، هم يكتسبوا الثقة. Read the text. We are a local volunteer group setting up a drama project for children during the winter holidays. The aim, okay, take care, be careful of here, because he said here, as I told you before, the المترادفات. هنا قال the aim, هنا قال the purpose. This is the answer. That will be the answer of the question. The aim of this project is to develop their personalities and boost their confidence. عايزين personalities والconfidence and mean to develop their مقصود بها children. Okay, hopefully it will keep them entertained during the cold weather. So the answer is it's false. False statement, of course. Next, read the statement first again. Don't forget that. The family spent most of the holiday with their grandparents. The family spent most of, not spend the holiday. He wants to say spend most of the holiday, معظم الأجازة, with their grandparents, مع أجدادهم. Read the text. At the end of May, I went with my family to California, in America, of course, California, America. First, we stayed for 3 days in the Irvine, a hotel. الاسم ده طبعا اسمه hotel. And it's my advice to you, if you read any word, start with a capital letter, you must know it's a name of something, a name of place, a name of some person, a name of something important. In the Irvine Hotel with a magnificent view. After that, we visited our grandparents in their farmhouse. We stayed with them for a week. Oh, that is the answer. That is the key of the answer. So they stayed 3 days, as you see in the second line, 3 days in the hotel and a week with their grandparents. So a week means 7 days and 3 days. So 7 is more than, of course, 3 days. So the most of the holiday with the grandparents. The answer is 2. Oh, very good. Next, start with reading of the statement first. You can become ill from a fruit fly bite. You can become ill, قد تمرض, from a fruit fly bite. لدغات ذبابة الفاكهة. Fruit flies are very annoying, مزعجة. Annoying, but unlike mosquitoes. Unlike here means على عكس أو على خلاف. لا تشبه mosquitoes, الناموس أو البعوض. They don't actually bite people. Oh, look at the sentence again. They don't actually bite people. I think that is all the answer. They don't bite. They here كلمة they عايدة على مين؟ Fruit flies. Many of students don't know that they may refer to something, not someone. يعني كلمة they قد يقصد بها شيء غير عاقل. Okay? كلمة they قد يقصد بها عاقل أو غير عاقل according to the information in the text. So they don't actually bite people. هم أصلا لا يلدغوا الناس. لازم نكمل. However, there is, قلت لك قبل كده لابد تكمل قد تختلف الكلمة. However, there is one problem, في مشكلة اللي هي pesticides, مبيدات الحشرية, which are often used to kill the flies can cause illness among humans. شوف هنا قال ايه؟ may cause, ربما تسبب illness among humans, بين البشر, especially children and elderly. يبقى الالنس ده مش بسبب fruit fly bite, ولكن بسبب pesticides. So the statement is, what do you think? Yes, it's false, because they don't actually fight people, okay? Now we are going to longer text. We have reading 2, reading 3, because we have 25 marks, as I mentioned before. Don't start with the text. Again, start with reading the questions before. First of all, start with reading the questions. Question number 1 says, Khalid is going to be working at the Australian, New Zealand, or Russian research station. So you will think, if you read this question, you will think about Khalid. He will work in some place. Where is this place? Try to think about the question again and again to keep it in your mind. تحتفظ بيه في عقلك during the reading the text. Ahmed is studying in Antarctica. Wild animals, the edge of the ice, or plant life. So he will work someplace and he will study something. Question number 14. Ahmed's advice about clothes is to buy a heavy jacket, bring jeans and t-shirts, order a thick freezer suit. So you will think about clothes as well when you read the text. 41. According to Ahmed, حسب رأي أحمد, how many tourists will visit Antarctica this year? كم عدد السائحين اللي هيزوروا هذه القارة this year? 42. Ahmed said that one tourist وبعدين repaired his equipment or delayed a project, reported the researchers. Okay. 43. The space report stated that tourists have destroyed the environment in Antarctica. The government's report, or the green spaces report, or researchers report. Which report of them stated that tourists يعني بيحكي ان tourists have destroyed the environment. 44. Rules and regulations in Antarctica are made by the locals, الناس المحليين, or government, or scientists. Ahmed believes that tourism should be banned, reduced, or encouraged. Tourism banned يعني يتم منعها, reduced or يعني يتم تقليلها, or encouraged. So we will go to the text again. Dear Khalid, we start the text. Dear Khalid, I am so excited that you have been accepted to join the youth scientists team at the Russian Research Center in Antarctica. It's not far from the New Zealand Research Center where I work with scientists of different nationalities such as Chinese, Germans, French, Americans, Italians, and many others. These scientists are working in various research areas. Various معناها يعني أماكن متنوعة. For example, there are meteorologists who are studying the effects of global warming, التباس الحراري. Biologists who want to learn more about the plants and wild animals that live in this frozen land, and even physiologists who study how people behave when they live and work together in such a remote location. And we will complete. My team consists of 2 researchers, and our manager is Professor John Smith. we have two main responsibilities. The first one is to learn more about the ice, as it is the oldest ice in the world. I believe the more we learn about the age of the ice, the better we can understand the Earth's weather. We also work as tourist guides to raise awareness about the importance of protecting Antarctica. Although this is the coldest continent يعني أبرد القارات, the buildings are heated to around 18 طبعا درجة 18. So we wear our normal clothes such as jeans or t-shirts. If I wear you, I bring some clothes like that, ملابس مثل هذه الطريقة. We only wear a thick freezer suit when working outside the station or meeting tourists. The station provides this. Despite the unpredictable weather, tourism in Antarctica has become increasingly popular. The tourist season is from November until March. Last year, 20,000 tourists visited Antarctica. However, this season, we are expecting more than 3,000 people, about 10% more than last season. يعني 10% أكثر من العام الماضي. Even though I appreciate the tourist desire to experience this vast and beautiful landscape, I feel researchers should only visit Antarctica. Tourists make our work more difficult. For example, one of our main ice preserving projects was damaged by a tourist. تم تدميرها بواسطة هؤلاء السياح. He bumped into a piece of equipment which delayed the completion of our work. Furthermore, أكثر من ذلك, according to the Greenpeace 2019 report, tourists have destroyed the place by disturbing the plants and animals. طبعا تقرأ هذه الأسئلة، هذه الكلمات الجمل فيها إجابات. As you know, the Antarctica, it can take 100 years for a plant to grow back. Since Antarctica is not ruled by any government and there are no local كان سؤال عن local residents سكان مقيمين. Scientists from 13 countries are working together to set rules and regulation to protect the environment by stopping tourism on the continent. I look forward to meeting you when you arrive. Best regards, Ahmed. So this questions, according to the text, who normally manages that traditional local people? When was the World Market Tourism Report published? 2019. What is the most popular food in the chilling night market? It's local pancake. Who started the Vero Peso market? It's Portuguese. What can people buy at the Venezuela markets? Low cost antiques. At the weekend, about 200,000 people visit the Chachik market. Regarding customers at the chilling night market are college students. The European market chills fresh from the Amazon River is or in summer. The Venus field market is open from 7 to p.m. On Sundays, you can buy food. So that is the end of our show today, end of our lesson. Mr. Wissam, can you add something or to give any comments or any advice to.
Assalamu alaikum, Ustad Abdul Nasser. Thank you for the presentation. Dear students, هذا تقديم لجزء من اختبار الصف الثاني عشر. هذا جزء، هذه البارت هذه هي part the reading part، يعني هذا جزء من باقي أجزاء، ونحن إن شاء الله بنقدم لكم على امتداد الفترة هذه المراجعة، بنقدم لكم باقي الأجزاء تباعا. يعني اليوم خصصنا الحصة هذه لتقديم جزء الريدنج، والأستاذ عبد الناصر تفضل واشرح إنه في الريدنج عندنا يعني أسئلة محددة اللي فيهم WH questions WH words اللي هم عليهم أسئلة. أيضا عندنا true or false، يعني الطالب أنت كطالب صف ثاني عشر لازم تكون عندك الفكرة على نوعية الأسئلة المتداولة يعني المطروحة في الاختبار، اللي هم WH questions multiple choice and true or false. هذا في جزئية أو الجزء الخاص بالريدنج. عندنا مجموعة أسئلة، كل طالب يعني في أثناء المراجعة هذه لازم يكون عنده علم على نوعية الأسئلة هذه اللي هم WH questions. والأستاذ عبد الناصر قد أعطاكم شرح لكل يعني لأغلب أو جميع WH words اللي ممكن يعني يتم فيهم الأسئلة، يعني تكوين الأسئلة هذه WH words true or false. بالنسبة لجزئية true or false الأستاذ عبد الناصر يعني جزاه الله خير شرح لكم الكيفية. يعني لازم تاخذوا بعين الاعتبار إنه جزئية true or false لازم نبدأ نقرأ الجملة قبل ما نقرأ القطعة، يعني النص أو short paragraph. بعدين نحدد الخطأ، أو إذا ما فيها خطأ it's true. إذا فيها خطأ لازم نقارن الجملة هذيك نقارنها بالقطعة، هل في شيء متغير في الجملة هذيك أو it's the same. If it is the same so it's true. If there is something different in the sentence so it's false. إذا في جزئية أو في كلمة أو في شيء مختلف ف it's automatically false. بالنسبة مثل ما الجزئية multiple choice or complete you have 3 choices and students and you have to choose one correct answer. تمام؟ هذا بالنسبة لجزئية الريدنج. باقي الأيام القادمة إن شاء الله بيتم شرح الجزئية الخاصة بالجرامر and vocabulary، أيضا الجزء الخاص بالكتابة أو الرايتنج. تمام؟ فهذه فكرة عامة على المبادرة هذه الطيبة اللي نحن الهدف منها إنه الطالب كيفية يعني يتعلم أو يكتسب مهارة حل أسئلة الاختبارات، اللي إن شاء الله من خلال الدروس هذه نحاول إنه نساعد الطالب على فهم أهم الأسئلة الموجودة في الاختبارات اللي هي بالنسبة يعني اللغة الإنجليزية هما يعني they are common and they are all the tests should include these parts and these questions WH questions true or false and multiple choice. تمام؟ فأتمنى لكم التوفيق، وإن شاء الله قد استفدتوا من الشرح هذا، شرح كافي ووافي، وإن شاء الله في قادم الأيام بتكون عندنا يعني شرح لباقي أجزاء الاختبارات. تمام؟ فنريد نحوصل ككل في الجزء الخاص بالريدنج كومبريهنشن نقرأ السؤال قبل ما نقرأ القطعة، أو أهم شيء يعني لازم الطالب يبدأ بقراءة الأسئلة. تمام؟ حاجة أخرى أو another tip اللي هي نوعية الأسئلة تكون مرتبة حسب النص. مثال السؤال الأول تكون الإجابة يعني it's from the beginning، the first question, the answer should be in the beginning, not in the end. Even the chronological or the linear way of asking the questions, it's already arranged in the exam. So first question should be at the beginning of the text. Then second question, it's right after, okay? So نحاولوا انه الانتباه لهذه التفاصيل لانها بتساعدك وتوفر لك كثير من الوقت. تمام؟ ايضا بالنسبه يعني الجزئيات هذه الثلاثه فنحاول انه نشتغل عليهم. ايضا انصحكم كطلاب صف ثاني عشر عشان تقدر انك يعني الاستاذ عبد الناصر اشار انه to improve the vocabulary، يعني كيف نكتسب المفردات باللغه الانجليزيه. فانا يعني اقترح انكم لازم الطلاب يستخدموا what we call dictionaries. اللي ما عنده على الاقل قاموس there are electronic dictionaries، يعني في قواميس تتنزل على التليفون والطالب يقدر يستخدمها في البيت لما يعني what we call self learning، التعلم الذاتي. فانتم كطلاب صف ثاني عشر هذا مهم جدا، what we call self learning، التعلم الذاتي. فكل طالب عنده جهاز حاسوب او جهاز هاتف ينزل فيه electronic dictionary English Arabic، ولما يطالع ولما يقرا التكست he should underline all the difficult words، ومعه قاموس في الحاسوب او معه قاموس على جهاز التليفون، فيحاول انه يتعلم بنفسه. يعني في كل قطعه ريدنج يكتسب 10 مفردات جديده. فهذا مهم جدا، يعني يشرحهم باللغه العربيه، اذا يريد يستخدمهم في رايتنج، اذا يريد يستفسر عليهم المعلم اثناء الحصه في المدرسه، فهذا مهم جدا. انصحكم وبشده طلابي الاعزاء انكم تستخدموا الديكشناريز اللي هما موجودين على جهاز الهاتف، حتى في المكتبات موجودين. نزل ديكشناري قاموس وتستخدمه في كل every time you read a text. Whenever you have reading at home, reading a story, reading a text, you have to use this dictionary. It will help you a lot in building your vocabulary bank. نسموها نحن بنك المفردات. ما تقدر تطور مفردات باللغة الإنجليزية إلا باستخدام القواميس وإنك تشرح وحدك. So please think about self-learning، التعلم الذاتي. All the best. وأترك الفرصة للمعلمين الثانيين إذا يريدوا يضيفوا أي شيء تعقيبا للشرح للأستاذ عبد الناصر. Thank you أستاذ عبد الناصر. Thank you grade 12 students. All the best. I wish you nothing but the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
You're welcome Mr. Wissam. Many thanks for your notes. شكرا على الإضافات الجميلة والتلخيص، يعني صراحة يعني مفيد للطلاب بإذن الله. تمام. نصيحة أخيرة أعزائي الطلاب، زي ما قلت لكم أثناء الشرح، do your best and you will be the best. يعني ابذل قصارى جهدك وإن شاء الله تكون طالب متميز، يكون عندك الرغبة، عندك الإرادة، عندك الموتيفيشن، عندك الدافع. ربنا سبحانه وتعالى يقول في القرآن الكريم ولو أرادوا الخروج لأعدوا. يبقى الإرادة يلزمها إعداد. أعطيك مثال سريعا. إذا أنت في المدرسة و8 حصص ومرهق وبتروح البيت، وبعدين أبوك مثلا والدك يطلب منك انزل اشتري شيء من السوبر ماركت، تقول والله مرهق، والله ما أقدر، تعبان. أنت صادق، فعلا أنت مرهق. لكن لو في نفس اللحظة هذه صديقك بيجي يقول لك بنروح نسوي كده في أي مكان، نروح نلعب ولا نسوي أي شيء، على طول تجري بسرعة مع صديقك، لكن ما تجري تشتري شيء. تعرف ليش؟ في دافع. فخلي عندك دافع، عندك هدف، تكون طبيب، تكون مهندس، تكون في الجيش، في الشرطة، تكون معلم، تكون في أي مكان في بلدك مفيد، لوطنك مفيد، لمجتمعك مفيد، لأمتك. عندك دافع، تسهر وتتعب، تحفظ كلمات، تتدرب على الامتحانات وتشوف الإجابات موجودة وعلى البوابة في كل مكان، سهلة الحصول عليها. القطعة وتجاوب مرة واثنين وثلاثة وعشرة. هذه الفترة اختبارات في كل المواد. عندك نجاح، عندك رغبة، عندك قوة، عندك عزيمة. شباب ما شاء الله عليكم، استغل هذه القدرات في التعليم. لا تستخدمها في أمور مثلا لا تنفع ولا تضر. لكن أعزائي الطلاب، إن شاء الله نأمل منكم تكونوا مواطنين صالحين نافعين لبلدكم وأمتكم ووالديكم ونفسكم طبعا في النهاية. Best wishes for you, all of you, and goodbye and good luck. Thank you all. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.